What's the word, Don?
What's the word, mad friends?
Let's get it. It's another episode of the Mac and Don Show. It's your boy Mac.
It's your boy Don.
And we back at it once again.
Once again.
We're going to cheers to our 22nd episode.
22nd
We
episode.
are sipping on some margaritas. Made by yours truly. Very delicious,
Thank you.
if I do say so myself.
Thank you, bartender Mac.
Yeah, man. How you feeling this week, Don? Let's get it, man.
Buzzed.
A bust?
They buzzed.
Oh, buzzed. I thought you said a bust.
Yo.
This week was a bust.
Yo. Starting this pod off horny over here.
Hey, someone called the horny police. We got to have them on speed dial for the pod.
Yes, sir. We need a button for that one. Woo woo.
Yeah, honestly, mission failed.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
You definitely need a woo woo. Or
is-
15-yard penalty.
Oh, that would be sick.
That would be
15
sick.
yards penalty. That would be pretty sick.
Flag on the play.
All right. So Don's feeling buzzed already. I don't know how he got there.
Mac doesn't know how we got there, but we did pregame to get here.
I mean, we didn't pregame super hard.
Not hard or anything, but
I
I
must-
definitely feel buzzed.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, cheers to that. It's only right that you're buzzed on the Mac and Don Show.
Yeah, gotta transition in.
Very true. I'm gonna light up.
Sparking.
Just so we can stimulate the conversation like we always do.
It's a staple.
Mac and Don staple. If you're listening, do your thing.
Join us.
Do whatever you do.
Sit down. Kick your shoes off.
Whatever your vice of choice is.
Yeah. Get comfortable. We're gonna be here for a minute.
We are. Before we get started, just on a somber note, R.I.P. to my dad.
R.I.P. to your dad, buddy.
I didn't know him well, but life is life.
Man, I don't even know what to say about that. I want to hug you. I want to tell you everything's all right, but at the same time, I know you have your peace with it. You know life. You know everything's a transition. Like, who am I to tell you how to feel one way or another? You know what I mean? Who am I?
Hell yeah.
Who am I?
I just feel like with everything that's gone on in my life recently, I just feel like I've got a renewed sense of like, just that life is short.
Yep.
You can get that shit taken away at any time.
Anytime, you better not take shit for granted.
Very true. Don't take anything for granted.
Enjoy the little things.
Yeah.
Also, side note.
I have a handy dandy
Pot
thingamajig.
holder.
Pot holder. All right, let's get into some topics this week. They coming after our boy. Joe Rogan.
Poor Joe.
How do we feel about that? Should we play the clip of him saying the N-word?
We definitely can, but we might have to bleep it.
No, fuck a bleep. All right, we're gonna play a clip of Joe Rogan saying the N-word. I'm breaking the rule. But
Okay, Mac is really, really adamant about this one because he does not break this rule.
Well, since I have it pulled up, I might as well.
I think you made a really good point about making the podcast gods angry.
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes whenever there's a really good podcast that drops, or like two podcasters get together that we never thought of, but we're like, oh, this is sick. Me and Don are like, the podcast gods did this.
We give a little praise to the podcast gods.
Right.
And now I feel like Joe needs to make a sacrifice.
Or something.
Some sort of Aztec Mayan head chop / heart removal sacrifice.
Right. So this video was posted by Scotty Beam. Very, very fine black woman. But it says Joe Rogan / nigger, a compilation.
You've already said nigger. D is just like nigger. Saying nigger. She's calling you a nigger. It's like this boy that he's a nigger, but starts calling them niggers. Word nigger. There should be a word like nigger, especially like the word nigger. That's our nigger. About niggers. He says nigger. Guy, a nigger. And there are niggers. Start saying nigger. Allowed to use the word nigger. Out the word nigger. See nigger. Word nigger. Say nigger, and you couldn't say nigger. Most nigger. Nigger. You've already said nigger. D is just like nigger. Saying nigger. She's calling you a nigger. It's like this boy that he's a nigger.
Postscript.
And starts calling them niggers. Word nigger. There should be a word like nigger.
I think you
especially
played
like,
it.
Okay. I'm over here like, how long is this? It just restarted. Okay. We get the point.
Hey, yo, cut the script.
We get the point.
We get it. That's enough.
All right. So how do we feel? How do we feel about Joe Rogan?
He's a racist.
You think so?
Absolutely not. I feel like it's unfortunate that there's so much footage. Like they really are. The Redditors out there and those creeps, those trolls online who will sift through anything to find shit like that really makes me even think about our own pod sometimes. I
was just about to say that.
I'm like, you always joke about me saying something like that, and I'm just like, what if I slip up one day and like that's the end of the Mac and Don show? Like we're fucking scrapped, you know? He got a Spotify deal though, so
Yeah, but
this man has a Spotify deal, just in case you were wondering, on Black History Month.
But
tell me something about that.
Yeah. This isn't good. This definitely is not a good look. It's Black History Month. It's not a good look at all.
Tensions are high.
But just to play devil's advocate, you and I pod, Joe pods, but there's a slight difference. Joe Rogan pods almost every day.
Yeah.
Of the week.
And has been for a long time.
Has over
1,500?
Yeah, definitely over
1,500
episodes. And if we assume each episode is like 3 hours long, I'm not going to do the math, but that's a lot.
Even if it was two times 15 is 30.
Yeah, so that's what, 30,000 hours of just him
talking. I was thinking about that for you and me. How much hours do you think is up of us just talking? Like,
right.
21 times 3 is, what, 53 or something like that?
I think so. That's a lot of hours.
53 straight hours of somebody who could just binge everything that we've talked about as far as the Mac and Don show goes.
Right.
You know
So I'm just saying, like...
Which isn't much compared to that.
Take 53 hours and you could only make, like, a 45-second clip of me being racist, like... Come on now.
I'm only 1% racist. All
right. I mean, if we just take it in the totality of things. But do we think that this is part of a Joe Rogan smear campaign?
Yeah. There's a lot of slander going around on his name. Even on shit like CNN and MSN, like Microsoft
The View?
Network, The View. Did you hear about Whoopi Goldberg?
I like slightly heard about it, but what happened? Did she get fired?
She is on temporary leave for anti-Semitic
what'd she say?
Jewish people slander. I can't quote it exactly without grabbing my phone out, but she's on a temporary leave because of it, but she'll be back.
Damn, I wonder what she said about the Jews. You know,
it's probably about their big giant noses, right?
Or that they control the whole. You know what? Never mind. Never mind.
Whoops.
I don't even
Rewind.
I don't even want to fuck with the Jews. They'll cancel your ass for real.
They're the 1% that you don't want to fuck with.
Yeah, remember they got Nick Cannon's ass? Jeez.
Speaking of which, this fucking guy.
Let's not switch the joke.
God damn. We're going to get back to that.
Yeah, we're going to get back to that.
I'm unbuttoning that, but we got to button that back up at some point.
Okay, smear campaign. So, with the whole Neil Young situation and people saying he should get pulled off Spotify, things like that.
First of all, tell me one track from Neil Young and your argument is valid. I'll wait.
We're also only 22 years old.
I'll wait.
Like, what 22-year-old is listening to Neil Young?
Right, exactly. Well, I mean...
I'm just saying Neil Young's for like 50-plus-year-olds.
Right, what 50-plus-year-old is using Spotify? What demographic do you think is actually using Spotify?
Well, yeah, I think 50-year-olds use Spotify. Joe Rogan's like 52.
I'm not saying not all 52-year-olds use Spotify, but a lot less than the actual audience of like
for sure
people who do use their phones on a day-to-day basis. Because
for sure, the only point I'm trying to make is they were mad at him about the vaccines, and then they pulled this racist stuff up.
Yeah, first it was misinformation, and I was like, okay, he's just gonna get past this and probably even maybe sue CNN. But now it's like random ass people being like, oh, look at this as well.
Right. Like it wasn't misinformation when they were saying that he was using horse dewormer.
Right. And
even though it's like FDA approved drug, you know?
Yeah, and just because I don't think that there's anything wrong with what he's doing, and he actually did a lot of stuff that proved to be fruitful, right? Right. I'm trying to think, but he was doing the IVs, I know, and he was just like, we're covered in a few days, and even celebrities go to him for COVID advice.
Right. Why wouldn't we go to Joe Rogan for COVID advice after he beat the shit in 2 days?
And then he has experts on proving it with science and actual facts. Yeah.
What do you think about the current state of news? Because I was just thinking the other day, like, for instance, when I was in college, whenever I would write a paper, I would use Joe Rogan as a source.
Really?
Because at least once, just because I listen to so many of his podcasts, and that's like basically where I get most of my information. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm listening to Joe Rogan and Flagrant and Ryan Hall and things like that, getting my daily information.
News.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So
I would always be quoting Joe Rogan, like I did this paper on psychedelics, quoted him, like a whole bunch of shit in my.
That's so crazy to think about.
Right, and like we would always do like peer reviews or whatever. And, like, my classmates would always be like, yo, you can't use Joe Rogan as a source. Like, this dude's a comedian.
And you're like, why not?
Yeah, I'd be like, although I see your point, he's literally talking to a scientist, so why wouldn't I use this as a source?
Yeah, and you should also quote the scientist. You should quote both of them, you know what I mean? And then, like, you're quoting the discussion that they had where they backed it up by science and facts. Like, that you showed me the Atlantis shit today, right?
Right, yeah.
Like, I watched that, and I'm just like, this professor is explaining all this shit in like a 5-minute, 8-hour. You know, it's supposed to be an 8-hour long lecture, but he's doing it in 5 minutes.
Right. Remember, I was trying to explain to you that shit on the pod one time, and you were
Atlantis,
like, and you maybe we started with Atlantis, but I tried to tell you like or some crazier shit, and you're like,
the advanced civilization, yes.
Yeah, and you were like, I don't know. But I was like, no. And yes. I was like, it's because I listened to that dude, and him and Graham Hancock, like, they were so convincing. Like,
yeah, and he's actually out there doing it in the field, doing experiments and shit like that.
Right.
And he knows that they had some sort of advanced navigation system, and so they were doing something like that we went, and there's so much shit undocumented. You know about the Library of Alexandria?
Yeah, they burned it down.
They burned it down, and it was like so many important things that we had. You know what I mean?
Right. So
shit like that.
So point being, like, Joe Rogan's not just talking out his ass. Like, sometimes, you know, like he actually has like actual experts. Like, and even he said like he's kind of in a weird spot because
he calls himself an idiot.
Right, because he has like so many different like people on, and
he's just a middleman. He's not like the expert, but he has the experts on, and he's just like, his response, in my opinion, super eloquent, very to the point, very I'm not sliding Neil Young. He's like, I'm a fan, but also I'm sliding Neil Young because all I can do is be positive, and that's me winning. You know what I mean? Like, he can't lose. I don't know what it is, but he never misses. He can't lose.
And he has like fuck you money. Like, he doesn't need this Spotify deal. Like, he's
probably more money than Neil Young, right?
Yeah, like,
when's the last time Neil Young made a decent living?
But I was thinking, like, even if he was like, all right, fuck it, I'm taking all my stuff off Spotify, like, Spotify can suck my balls type shit.
YouTube.
He's getting millions of views on YouTube.
Right.
Like, anywhere he
instantly
goes, his audience is going to follow.
Minimum 8 million. Minimum, right?
Right. So it's like, what can you do with Joe Rogan when he's the biggest podcast ever?
And, like, where's this slander coming from? I think Tim Dillon was saying that it's, like, this, like, weird corporate media type, like, reporters, and they're just trying to, like...
Well, it kind of started with that ivermectin shit, you know?
Yeah.
Whenever he was...
And they're like, wrong. But even he said even the CDC got that shit wrong with the masks, and they were fucking telling us lies and shit just to have more masks.
Yeah. That is some shady ass shit. How you gonna lie and say, well, we had to lie so y'all wouldn't take all the masks? Why wouldn't you just keep it straight up and be like, hey, you should probably wear a mask, but we don't have enough?
They were trying to consolidate and control the masses and put a rein on things.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, now everything you say, I'm gonna be like, are you sure?
Yeah, you fucked up. You fucked up and you lied. And now I know you lied.
Right, so that's why I don't even push back on people, like, having, like qualms with the vaccine and shit like that. Like,
how could you?
Yeah,
how could you?
Yeah,
not only is it...
Yeah, I'm just like, I understand. Like, these niggas lied straight to our faces.
Not only is it...
And then they said, get the vaccine, you won't never get COVID. Now it's like, oh, you'll get COVID, it won't be that bad.
Oh, and if you take the vaccine, you're not going to get sick. You get the vaccine and you get sick as fuck.
Yeah, what happened to... You only catch COVID once and then you're immune. It went from... Right?
We're going on this crazy COVID.
Right, it went from you're immune, like, you get it once, it's like one and done.
Yeah.
And then it's...
I always thought you could never get... I was told growing up you could never get sick from the same disease twice. I don't know why I thought that, but I thought when you got the flu, after that you got like a new quote-unquote variant of the flu, right?
I mean, so then that makes sense.
And then your immune system had to fight that off, and so that makes sense. And so, but when's the last time you got a flu shot? Sometimes you just get sick from the flu, and then you fight it off, and then you go on to the next thing, right? But COVID's different. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like COVID's different because they finally found something where they were like, we can weaponize this. We can use this against.
Which is also like
how you gonna use it? Like, we've gotten so used to the flu where it's just like, oh, you get the flu. Like, it's like, I don't know if they were. I remember we had one episode called The Plandemic.
We're gonna get flagged.
I don't care.
We're gonna get flagged for misinformation.
Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying, like,
you heard it here first, folks.
I'm just saying,
Mac
like,
doesn't give a fuck.
How convenient is it that you have this thing that you can just
biological weapon?
It seems that way, where you can just kind of just like be like, because of COVID, and people just be like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying?
But some people are like masked up in their cars. You know what I mean? Like, it fucked everybody up.
Right. I'm just saying, like, it's mighty convenient that the U.S. government and governments in general found something where they could control their masses just because.
Yeah. And it was, like, explosive. Weren't you and I talking about, like, there's going to be something big soon and we just don't know what it is? Did we ever have that conversation where it's like...
I think maybe because you were talking about how civilization has hurdles.
Yeah,
is that
yeah, exactly.
Is that what you're getting at?
Kind of. And I think we were also just talking about in general, like, everything had been quiet for too long. You know what I mean? Like, nothing was...
Do you think so? Because we had Trump?
But I'm thinking even before Trump, I guess. I mean, right around Trump, but still...
Right, fair enough.
Just, like, nothing was happening. Like, the craziest thing that happened was that we were having, like, this wacky president. You know what I mean? Basically. Long story short, you know?
Fair enough.
And so... I feel like we just had maybe like a slight conversation where it was like, oh, well, nothing's happened in a while, and I feel like something's gonna happen. I just don't know what it is. And then like you said, this is everybody's opportunity. Every dictator, as far as Russian dictators and shit like that, are like getting people to be docile. You know what I mean? Getting
right, like I don't know. It almost seems like too right. It's exactly what it is.
Cuck of the masses.
It almost seems like too convenient. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just me with my conspiracy theory hat on.
But also, it's like you and I personally know people who have passed away from COVID. Like, multiple people.
Yeah, now I do.
Yeah. And so it's like, but all underlying health conditions?
I mean, not that I know of.
Okay. Like, everybody I know of, like, had kind of underlying health conditions, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah. Like, that attributes, but still, like, it's a different beast. Like, it definitely gets you sick as fuck. Whatever it is like,
I don't even
Definitely
know.
airborne. Definitely,
I don't know. I still haven't got it. I don't know how the fuck I haven't got it, but I haven't got it.
it's miserable. I've gotten it a couple of times, and I can tell you it's miserable. Even my coworker got it not too long ago.
Yeah, there was that one day that I was feeling bad, and I was like, I don't know if I could do the pod today. And then in my head, I was like, maybe I have COVID, but I was like, fuck that shit. I was like, I got a pod today. I had some other stuff to do that day, and I was like,
A cup of coffee to set you straight.
yeah, I was like, fuck no. Even if I do have COVID, I can't have COVID right now, and I shook that shit off.
Fair enough.
And you didn't get sick, Jalen didn't get sick, so obviously we didn't have no COVID.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I can taste and smell, so.
Yeah. Skylar did end up testing positive later, but that was like
That was like a lot, like 4 days later.
yeah, it was like I would say even later, maybe later than that.
Yeah, so.
Alea got sick. She still kind of has a cough, but she's been better.
It's that time of year, though.
Yeah, and even her daycare shut down for COVID.
Damn.
Yeah, just temporarily, like one day.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I was about to say kids don't die from COVID, but it only takes one kid to die from COVID for them to be like, wow, there's
Kids
this one
die
kid.
from COVID.
Right, but damn. All right. Should we talk about The Matrix? I want to talk about The Matrix.
Okay, bet.
So me and Don watched The Matrix.
Granted,
We're a little late on this.
we are a little late, and also granted,
We didn't watch the last hour.
we didn't watch the last 40-ish
40
minutes. If the last 10 minutes are credits, then it was 40 minutes, because it was like 50 minutes.
Right. But I feel like we should have a little movie review because our last one went well.
Fair enough. Keanu Reeves. Let me start off with that.
Should we give a synopsis of what the plot that we saw? Let's start with that.
Okay.
So it's
This is just
I don't even know how to even explain this shit.
two gentlemen having their own raw opinions about.
Oh yeah. Let's not talk about that though. That was only one scene. So it's set sometime in the future.
I was talking about me and you.
Oh. What?
So I don't know if it is in the future.
It's in the future after the third Matrix movie.
Okay. Yes.
So it's set sometime after that.
It's supposed to be following Resurrections.
Following
right?
Resurrections. So
Or Revolution.
Revolutions. So Neo is back in the Matrix. Right.
They somehow got him back in the Matrix.
Yeah, they somehow got him back into the Matrix. Him and Trinity are back into the Matrix.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. But this movie's been out. Like, we just now watched it today. It's been out for like 2 months, maybe.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
I feel like it released in December.
Granted, we didn't finish it. I feel like we should. What do you think? Do you think we could?
I feel like I don't want to.
You don't really even waste your time?
Yeah, that 40 minutes could be well spent.
Yeah, I literally was
Well,
thinking about texting my dad and telling him not to waste his time.
should we switch? Should we not even have this conversation and go to Ozark? What do you think?
Let's button this up and go to Ozark.
Okay, so quick synopsis of the plot, at least of what we saw. Neo's back in the Matrix, and is set in like present day.
Yeah, so it's like meta.
Yeah, it's like kind of meta. And his character in the Matrix, Thomas Anderson had created a video game called The Matrix, and
Which kept him like docile.
yeah. So it was basically just based off The Matrix. Like, imagine each movie is a video game, basically.
Yeah, but it was so underdone, underbaked for me. Like, I felt like...
Just the movie overall, not the video game, because we didn't interact with that.
Yeah, I just feel like everything building up to that, like...
Right. It had a whole bunch of flashbacks from the last movie.
Just so much footage from the first couple of movies.
Yeah, so it felt like a rehashing of the first movie.
Just so much. Like, I couldn't even consider it a sequel if it was like... I don't know. It was
very confusing. Even at one point, I was like, is this a prequel?
so confusing, and it's like this dude is claiming to be Morpheus, and it's like he's this not really Morpheus.
Yeah,
but
please just get Lawrence Fishburne.
Right. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, like why keep all the characters the same except that one?
And Trinity's getting piped by some other dude.
Named Chad.
And he's got to watch some dude, Chad, raise her children in front of him. Like, excuse me, is this hell?
Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
Purgatory?
For that guy. So he's in the Matrix, and they try and convince him that he's like crazy, and they pull
His
him.
therapist, more specifically.
Yeah, his therapist tries to like kind of convince him that he's crazy, but he's like obviously agent of the machine. And then they pull him out of the Matrix, Morpheus, this new Morpheus that's actually a bot or a program somehow.
Yeah, a program that Keanu Reeves created inside of the game.
Right. So him and some other chick that saw him try and jump off a building.
Yeah.
They
I guess
pull him out of the Matrix. I don't know.
I guess what we're trying to say is, long story short, we didn't even bother finishing it.
So it was that bad.
It was that bad. That bad that we're actually going to transition out of it. And
it was that bad at one point, Donovan said, "This looks like a CW show."
A CW as in like...
And let me tell you...
in their 5th season. You know what I mean? Like, they've been doing it for a long time, and
let me
done
tell
for.
you, I grew up with no cable, and I knew exactly what you were talking about.
Literally. Like, the most low budget, like, you could do this shit in a week. Like, somersaults, like, everybody's doing these weird, like, somersaults.
Yeah.
Nobody's shooting anybody. There's, like, maybe a couple of fatalities.
Yeah, there were so many shots, and at one point, I was like, why is everybody missing their shot?
Not a single kill made. You could do a death total, and there might be 10 dead people in the whole movie,
And
like
it's all people shots.
And it's like all people who don't matter. It's just fake programs.
Yeah. So,
But-
and then at one point, I looked at Don, and I was like, it's like a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, like this man is wearing belts
Oh, Don.
on his suit.
Oh yeah, Don had a problem with Morpheus.
Oh my god.
Don had a fucking problem with Morpheus.
Who?
Who chose?
Don't even get me started, man.
He was.
Don't even get me started. This man.
He wears the second suit, and Don was like, "Man, this suit is way better." And then it gets the full
It
shot.
pans down. There's a belt around it.
And Don was like, "Again."
The belt.
He said, "Hold the fucking phone."
I gotta contact the fashion director immediately.
All right. Transition.
Oh fuck.
Transition.
That really pissed me off. I was on.
That's hilarious. All right.
That really chaps my thighs. All right.
Was it you that was like someone said they were chapped and that meant they were angry?
We were walking on the street
Oh, okay.
like maybe an hour ago.
Yeah, he was like, that shit had to be chapped.
Yeah. Oh, chapped.
Man, slang. What are these kids saying nowadays?
Bricked up.
Bricked up on a Saturday night. We're just potting with the bros on a Saturday night.
Hey, it's been a Mac and Don sausage fest special all night, all right?
Hey. Anyways,
We're just two gentlemen looking for a good time, all right?
and we found it.
Hey, and we found it everywhere we went, all right?
Oh, God. All right. Ozark. We had a conversation about Ozark last time, but we didn't finish it, and I think Elijah didn't finish it either.
Right, and
Shout out Elijah. Shout out everyone that's been on the podcast. I know we say this every time. We should probably
Every time.
intro with that, but
like and subscribe right here.
fuck it. It's off the dome. But we appreciate everyone that's been on and expect more guests. Anyways.
Expect it.
Excuse me. Anyways,
Excuse me.
we both finished it, and it's the first part of the
Season 4.
season 4. What are our thoughts now that we've finished it?
I'm super glad I forced you to watch the end of it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry I talk so much. I don't mean to. It's just
I don't even think you talk that much. I was like, I have questions, but I know Don's not gonna spoil it.
Yeah, I don't like to spoil things, but you know, sometimes
I remember one time I spoiled The Outsiders for my whole 8th grade class in English.
Shout out.
Because someone spoiled it for me, and I was like, fuck that. I'm not going to be the only one that's out here reading this book for no reason.
Yeah.
I literally screamed out, hey, yo, everybody. Who is it, Johnny?
Yep.
I was like, hey, this nigga Johnny dies at the end. My teacher was pissed. Anyways, who cares?
8th grade books, am I right?
Yeah. Outsiders was a good one, though. It was a fucking good one.
Gang shit.
A whole lot of gang shit.
Can you imagine
They
your name
stabbed-
being Soda Pop?
Yeah, they stabbed that one dude. Didn't they stab someone in the middle? And then
Johnny.
Yeah, and then they had to go out on the run, and then they
Yep.
burned down a church or a house or something.
Yep.
That's some
Yep.
real shit. Damn.
Damn. Damn. It was hiding out in a church.
Was it a church and then they burned it down?
Yep.
Damn.
It was a church.
They burned a church?
Yep.
Them white boys was crazy.
Crazy motherfuckers. Bleached their hair blonde.
Right.
Can you imagine them being Soda Pop?
Hey, ain't none of those white kids care about jail. Ain't no one part
Hey.
where they were like, hey, yo,
Hey.
we might go to jail for this shit.
Hey.
I'm just saying, white privilege.
Hey. Mac, you say whatever you want to say.
It's Black History Month.
It's Black History Month. Hey.
Hey, a bighorn for all
Hey.
the slaves, baby.
Hey.
Shout out.
Hey. Shout out.
Happy
Hey.
Black History Month to all the brothers and sisters out there. We probably should have introed with this.
This is what Martin Luther King wanted.
It is.
This is what Martin Luther King wanted, all right?
Yeah. This 3/4 and 1/4 black podcast.
Yeah, this coffee and cream podcast.
Love it.
Kareem.
Anyway.
Abdul Jabbar.
Hey, shout out Dave.
Hey, shout out.
All right. Ozarks. What do we feel? Spoiler alert.
Man, this is a heavy spoiler alert, just so you guys know. So I would not listen to this section, but I mean, or just watch it.
I think
Pause this and go watch it.
I feel like the stakes are not as high as usual.
Yeah, like they're not in as much danger. Like they're getting ready to, they think they're getting ready to get out of it, and they think they're getting ready to go home. And he just sealed the deal on some stuff that would allow them to go home.
Yeah, but even like how it ended, I feel like the last season's always like, maybe it's because it is the middle of the season.
Part 1.
Right. Maybe
Yep.
it's just because it is the middle of the season. But I just feel like if we're treating this like somewhat of a finale, it's the stakes aren't as high as they usually are. Like,
Yeah.
like
Which means one of two things, right?
either it's gonna get crazy,
Which means it's gonna get fucking bananas.
because like at the I think we were talking about this last time, but there's always a kicker at the end.
Yes.
Like the first season, they bartered the deal with the Snows, and then
Yeah.
the Mexican dude calls them hillbillies and off with his head.
and it was like the first season was them just getting into the Ozarks.
Right.
Like,
And then for the life of me, I can't remember how the second season ends. But the third season ends with Helen's
brother
head blown off.
Helen's head blown off. Yeah.
So I feel like, I don't know, like they didn't match any of that. But
Helen's head being blown off. That was
right in
that
front
was
of her face, and like it's like boom, that's it. Like you gotta wait till next season.
yeah.
And then
Even okay, so season 2,
yeah, what happens at the end of season 2?
everybody's together and they sealed the deal in the casino. Because I remember the season 2 finale was a picture of the whole family in front of the boat.
Why to me does that not seem as climactic?
It's definitely not. I'm not saying that. I just that was just kind of a big deal. You know what I mean? It's just like they're like, okay, like this is what is like picking up speed.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
the casino was their big thing, and they're a pillar of the community.
For
and
sure.
You know what I mean? And all the everything else, she was really gunning for that.
Right.
all that politically. You know what I mean? That was when Wendy really got to spread her wings. Is in season 2. I feel like.
I gotcha. Okay, things are being brought back.
Yeah.
Sometimes I watch things and totally forget what the fuck
Yeah,
happened.
no kidding. That's how I feel with Snowfall. Like I really got to go back and watch.
Oh, I can't fucking wait.
Yeah, I can't fucking wait. Not to sidetrack, but goddamn.
For sure.
Weren't we just talking about Ozark coming out like with Snowfall?
No, maybe.
Atlanta too,
I
right?
think that was like 3 weeks ago before we started watching the. Yeah,
Is
we talked
Atlanta?
about Snowfall, Atlanta,
Okay.
and Ozark.
Those are,
Okay,
I'm
what
excited.
what predictions do we have for the second part
Of season 4.
of season 4? What do we think about Ruth?
Unhinged, and
For a good reason.
for a good reason. For a good reason, but
Dang. Okay. Now that I think about it, Wyatt's death is kind of a big deal. He's
Yeah.
kind of a big character.
yeah. I mean,
What I like about it though, how they do
even Charlotte,
yeah.
they had that like little thing. Together.
What I like how they do in Ozark is they'll kill a big character and it'll be like, how do I even explain it? It'll be like boom. That's like they're done.
Yeah, like it.
Like
That's when the crazy. That's
Right.
when shit hits the fan. It's
Right,
like,
there's-
oh fuck,
like there's no like emotional like. It's always like sudden.
yeah, and they have to wrap it up quick. You know
Right,
what I mean?
There's no because some shows, some movies, they ramp up the tension and then boom, and it dies, and that's what like.
The climax.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
But
with this one, he just walks in, says sit down.
he's like, take a fucking seat. What I said,
Yeah, he was like,
don't do
we
it.
told you not to sell heroin.
He doesn't blink once. His eyes are just completely like, I told you not to sell heroin.
Yep, and then she's like, I'm sorry, but we had to, something like that, and boom.
Yeah.
And then dude says, oh, what the fuck, and boom. Like, there's no
I think he starts to like,
lingering on the scene. Like, sometimes
no song, no
right, they was just boom, that's it, next scene.
cold, just
Right,
and-
cold. That's the word I'm looking for.
And Ruth rolls up. She's like, hello, hello. You know what I mean?
Damn. They cold with it for
she's
sure. That's the perfect word.
Dude, when Ruth comes in and she's like, y'all have to fucking kill me. And I was just like,
Yeah, that's.
I was shook.
That's good acting, honestly.
yeah, that was like,
That's kind of.
what do you got to think about to tap into that? Like, Jesus Christ.
I mean, that's realistic. Like,
Yeah. What did Kanye say? Everybody want world peace till your niece gets shot in the dome piece.
right. You were just telling me that.
Yo, call back. Call back.
You were just telling me that. I mean, that's mad true, and it's true for Ruth too. Like, she goes crazy. What do we think she's gonna do? Like, what's the end goal?
Oh, man.
Do you think
She's gunning for Javi?
Yeah, she's definitely gunning for Javi. Why do they not want him to kill Javi? Because she has a deal with the FBI. Right?
They just got the deal with the FBI, so that's gonna fuck things.
So that's gonna right.
But
Dang.
I mean, if he just kills Ruth, like, I don't see why he wouldn't.
Yeah, that'll just be.
He's unhinged for real. He's super unhinged. Like,
Do we think he's unhinged? I
really think he's unhinged. Even Navarro called him.
Do we think he's unhinged or is he just ruthless? I feel like he's just as ruthless as Navarro. Or his uncle. I guess they share the same.
He's
last
just
name.
not as logical or like coherent. That's what I mean by unhinged. He's
I
just
feel like he's very logical. Like if I don't
If
know,
you were him?
if I was him, I'd be
Yeah.
doing the same shit. Like
oh, the FBI is fucking us and
Right,
this
the
is and that.
birds
And
are
he's
fucking
right.
us.
He's always right.
right,
He's
like,
always
low
right.
key, like
He's like, oh, the birds are lying and they're fucking lying to him.
right.
You know
If
what
I
I mean?
was the
And,
cartel
like,
dude,
bullshitting him.
like they make out the cartel dudes to be the enemy and like to the birds. But if I was a cartel, like they make you root for the birds. But
Yeah.
if I'm being like
Swindled.
no, if I'm being subjective or objective, I don't know which is the right word to say.
Yeah.
But if I'm being like, if I don't have a horse,
I
in
think
the race,
objective, right?
Yeah, if I'm being objective, Javi's low key right in most situations.
He's
Like, that's how you would run a
he
cartel.
calls it. He calls it how he sees it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. So,
But you're right about that because he wants to see the books, and they're like trying to hide the books from him. And then they want to cut him out of deals, and then he just includes himself in the deals.
right. And you know what? Fuck the lawyer, man. If there's one person you gotta trust is the lawyer, and he fucks you, come on now.
Well, I mean, Javi was the one who told him to bring him there, right?
I know, but still.
And he had him at gunpoint, right?
Yeah. What else you gonna
And he's
do?
more so Wendy's lawyer, not really. He doesn't really like Marty. You can kind of tell.
Oh, for real?
I feel like they don't really talk or anything.
Fair
like
enough.
That. It's always
Either
him
way,
and
fuck that guy.
Wendy.
Like, how you gonna rat me out?
Yeah. And then be a bitch about it. He was like, and like from the gun, it's like, all right, we know you're gay. All right.
Fair enough.
I know a queer when I see one. All right. I see it a mile away.
Damn, you got the gaydar on lock.
Hey, if you wanna see the gaydar,
Except for that one.
watch The Matrix.
Oh yeah, they
Gaydar off the charts.
off the charts. But we didn't know about that one dude. We used to run track with this one dude, and we didn't know he was on the gay side.
The unknown gentleman.
Not that we don't accept those people in our lives.
Yeah. It's just sometimes it's a surprise. You know what I mean?
Right.
And sometimes they make moves on you. You know what I mean? And it's just like,
And you just get caught off guard.
yeah.
Like, I thought you were the homie.
But you got to take it. But you take it as a compliment because they think you are a
attractive
strapping
young man.
young fellow.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Fair enough. All right. Dang. So what's
We spoiled the shit out of.
we
some
spoiled the
Ozarks.
shit out of it, but fuck it. You should have been watching.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Come on, keep up.
Yeah. This is a spoil filled podcast. Like,
Yeah.
you should have been known this
True.
before you watched.
True. Tap in.
Yeah.
Tap in.
Tap in.
Subscribe here.
Yeah. So. Okay. Do you think Ruth dies by the end of the season? Yes or no?
No chance in hell.
No chance it's Ruth that dies.
No chance in hell.
You don't think that's the big banger?
No.
No.
No chance in hell.
What do we think the big banger is? There's got to be on the season finale. There's got to be something.
You gotta get rid of somebody. I feel like it's gonna be bigger than that.
Fair enough. I couldn't tell you what it is.
I think it's gonna be somebody that is gonna be groundbreaking for a whole new.
How do we think this ends up with Jonah?
I feel like the groundbreaking thing brings them back in.
Cause fair enough, but what's Jonah even doing right now? Like Snell's dead.
Right.
Who's he laundering money for?
Ruth, basically, right? Ruth is who he. She's fucked.
Yeah,
like,
Ruth is fucked.
Right, completely. And so,
Like,
she's just gonna run everything. I
Yeah,
guess,
she has
right?
no plug, basically.
Right.
You're
Neither
sticking
of them do.
in street terms.
Yeah,
like,
so she's done.
She has no plug.
And so that means Jonah's whole thing
There's
is
just
done.
no need for him.
There's no need for the motel either, right?
Right, she's fucked. She's about a shitty motel. Like what's your name?
What does that mean for the PI?
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. For real.
Yeah, why is he talking to the FBI?
Oh my
for
God.
what?
Why is he talking to Wendy's dad? Do you remember that?
I do remember that, but I can understand that. He's trying
Like-
to get his signature, and he's just following up, kind of.
But damn, like this man is
Going
driving to
deep.
others. Yeah, like going hard.
Well, he's obviously not from the Ozarks. He had to come all the way there. Like, what's a trip to Chicago?
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. Like,
Still.
that was the kicker for you, though?
Fuck that guy. But like,
You were like, my dad?
I know.
You were like, nah, fuck, no. That was the string.
Yeah.
That's the one that did it.
Yep.
That's funny. All right.
The private dick.
Yeah. Why is he talking to the FBI? What more information could he have that
And
the
he's-
FBI doesn't have?
He said big fan. big fan, right? To
Right, they have Navarro, like
right, and he said he saw her on the news, right?
right, like the birds are scared of the cartel, not the FBI at this point. So what's his swindle? Like they were just talking.
Like they know more information that he might be able to suck out of them. Like he's milking all the information out of everybody that he can, and I think there's a lead that he's following. Maybe.
So you think he's trying to rat the birds out for Helen's death? Maybe. But I'm just saying,
maybe.
But I'm just saying they were face to face with the FBI. Like, what more dirt did they really have on them? Like, at this
like him.
No, the birds. Like, if
I was gonna say.
I'm just saying. So the PI's calling the FBI. What ploy do they have?
Ben.
Do the FBI have? Ben. They got Ben
and Sheriff Nix.
Ben, the sheriff, and Helen. That they could pin on the birds, but we know that the sheriff and Helen were the cartel, but Ben was Ben technically the cartel too, though, right?
No.
What happened to Ben again?
He got killed by the Casey mob, right? Didn't they take care of it?
Either way, it wasn't the birds.
Yeah.
Necessarily, they just died.
Orchestrated it.
Right. They put the hit out, but they didn't necessarily do it.
Who was that? That was the Casey mob, wasn't it?
I think so. Maybe I fucking forget.
It wasn't a Mexican guy that killed him. It was
For some reason, when the season first started, I didn't think Ben's death was that big of a deal. Okay. But for some reason, I just didn't think that was that big of a deal. I don't know.
Ben's death?
Yeah, I just didn't.
But they turned it into a big deal.
They did turn it into a big deal. But in my head, I was just like, oh yeah, that guy died.
He's fucked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of his mental illness. But it becomes a really strong plot point. Even with Jonah, that's Jonah's whole thing. He wouldn't be as rebellious as he is if he might have found a different reason, but still.
I don't think so. Like what else they're under him? Like I feel like he doesn't care about all the illegal shit. He just cares about you did some fucked up shit, like morally.
Right, yeah. Your own brother, like it could be me type shit.
Right.
It's not like on some selfish type shit though. It's like
that's like he was even asking Charlotte like would you kill me? Like
he's like all I needed you to say was
Right. Damn. I think I don't know. For some reason I think something bad's gonna happen to Jonah. I don't know why I get that feeling, but I just think something bad's gonna happen to him. And then
he has qualms with his mom, and like that would devastate Wendy.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know what it is.
But Omar Navarro said he wouldn't ever touch the kid, right?
Right. I don't know. I just got a feeling. I don't know why.
What's Javi gonna do?
Yeah, Javi's a big problem.
He's a wild card. You don't know what he's gonna do.
Maybe you're right. He's a little bit unhinged. He's a little bit.
Right.
Pardon me. He's a little bit of a wild dude, but I feel like if you're comparing him to, or not comparing, but if you're thinking in mind that he's a cartel leader, like he's not that wild. Like sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, fair enough. And he just wants like to be there. He wants to know what the fuck is going on at all times.
Right.
He wants to be making the deals
for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. That one white bitch that they're working with at the pharmaceutical company.
Mm-hmm.
She just is kind of annoying to me because she called Javi disgusting or whatever, because she doesn't want to deal with him and all this other shit, and she's like super sketchy about everything. It's like,
and yeah, she's kind of the reason why it died.
Yeah.
He died just because he was there.
Yeah, literally.
And then
he got married to her. If he had just left with Ruth,
right? I think that was their attempt at trying to put some emotional heartstrings in there.
Yeah, because you didn't really think why it was gonna die.
Right, they just got married. They were having a nice, pleasant conversation right when they were walking in.
Yeah,
and boom,
literally just got married.
So I think that was their attempt at trying to make it emotional, but for some reason it didn't hit for me.
Fair enough. Darlene is...
I was like, damn, that's crazy, but
Darlene is overdue for a death, though. She's
low-key.
Been
But
fucking up.
she didn't deserve to die. Like,
I don't know. She
first-
shot that dude's dick off
yeah,
and then killed his dad.
I kind of liked her character though.
Fair enough. I did also like that, but if you shoot a dude's dick off and kill his dad, he should probably kill you. And if he doesn't, he's a pussy. And honestly, that dude's kind of a puss.
A little bit. I think he's made out to be.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough.
Because if I got my dick shot off, I'll tell you what.
You might
Whoever shot my dick off is dead, and I'm dead.
Yeah, you could just kill me.
I'm killing them, and then I'm killing
I
myself.
think we've said this before, but if you're gonna castrate me, cut my dick or balls off, like, you could just kill me.
Kill me, please.
Yeah, just
Shoot me in the face multiple times.
yeah. If you're gonna do that, just do the whole deed.
Yeah, like don't why like
Yeah, because I'm just gonna kill myself later.
yeah
Like, what point do I have to live?
you'll be doing me a favor.
Right. Especially at this point in my life, like, I ain't got no kids.
Yeah,
Like, dang, like, you could have
that's
waited.
all you got.
Right, you could have waited until I was like 50, 60, and I didn't need this.
You could just accept it then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could be like, all right. My time is over. But if you cut my dick and balls off at this point in my life, I think it's done. Like,
Yeah, it's like why?
why?
Yeah, it's the only thing that gets me up in the morning.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
You cut my dick and balls off, I'll heal up. I'll spend my life savings traveling the world, and then I'll kill myself
There you go.
in a hotel room or a Ritz-Carlton, maybe.
Overdose. My personal preference.
Yeah, might as well. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
sure. Why not?
Why
OD.
not? Because I don't have any dick and balls. Come on now. What the fuck am I gonna do with my life?
True. I would attempt to do everything and anything, and then
end it.
call it good.
Call it good. I've
it
lived
good.
my life. Here you go.
Thank you. We'll call it a blank slate. All right, because I ain't got no cock and balls. All right, no Franken beans. All right,
Franken beans.
I ain't got no Franken beans. All right, they got blown the fuck off.
Damn.
Right?
Yeah, that's a miserable existence.
Call it a clean slate. All right.
Jeez Louise.
Gee whiz. Cheese whiz.
All right.
Just like my genitalia. Swiss. With all
Alright.
the gunshots on it.
all right. We gotta rate the first half of the season 1 to 10.
Ooh.
What do we think? I'm gonna go ahead and say 8.5.
I'm going to say 9.
Yeah, it was good. It was solid.
I love it.
It was solid.
I'm a slut for some Ozark.
Me too. I think you put me on. I'm pretty sure you're the one that put me on. Cause you
My dad put me on.
Because you said in the first episode is when they dropped the dude off the building, right?
Yeah, I don't
And then
know
they-
if I told you that.
And then they put the dude in the acid.
Yeah, did
Is
they?
that the first episode?
Yeah, I think that is.
I think that's what you told me, and I was like, "Yo,
Ooh.
I think I should watch this."
Ooh. Yeah.
Because the first
Maybe I alluded
first season
to
came,
it.
Yeah, it had to be because first season came out senior year.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I think my dad put me on. It was just on Netflix or whatever.
Yeah. Because we were watching that, Black Mirror.
Oh, man. What a good time for TV.
Right. What else were we watching? We were watching a whole bunch of shit.
2016. I'm trying to think. What else? came
No,
out.
we were watching Mindhunter.
Oh, Mindhunter for sure. Speaking of which, in
Oh, yeah, in the
Matrix, not my favorite version of him. He does better.
Yeah.
He's trying too hard to be the
Smith dude?
Smith. He's
Yeah.
trying too hard to be the Smith, and it just doesn't hit for me. And it makes him more confusing. Like you couldn't get him either.
Yeah, I don't like that guy.
You can't even get him.
Or that movie in general. I wasn't fucking with that at all.
Yeah, like you couldn't even get. Why can't you get the other people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just thrown off by the whole thing, and like,
What do we think about remakes? There's a lot of remakes and
I
movies.
wish they would just leave some shit alone.
Yeah, like
They didn't need to touch Matrix. They really did not need to touch that.
Do you ever
Come up with some original
Do you ever think
shit.
that every movie that comes out is either like a series or based off of a movie or a book or something, or
Yeah, like a comic book or something like that. even.
or what else am I trying to say? Yeah, series based off a book or comic book.
Yeah, it's just nothing
it's not-
original.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
It's nothing original. It's like
I think we've had this conversation before, but it's like, when's the last time we saw a good ass movie like
Yeah.
blew our socks off type shit?
Yeah, I mean,
It's been a minute. I feel like
Literally.
Interstellar. But that was
fair
like,
enough. That was like
that
quite
was a
some
while
time ago.
ago.
It's hard to say right now,
Dog.
anyway.
That was 8 years ago. I think that
God
movie came
damn.
out 2014,
I think later than that.
2015. It was one of those 2 years. I swear.
I think
to
it
God.
was 2015, maybe.
Either way, that was 7 years. Anyways,
Something like that.
that's crazy talk.
That is crazy talk.
Um,
Trying to think of a good movie I've seen recently.
right, like a movie that was like, this is like top tier.
Yeah. Something. I don't know. I don't really think they're.
I think I was trying to tell you about it earlier, but this movie Hereditary is really good. It's a horror movie. It's really,
I've heard things about it. I just never watched it.
yeah, it's honestly really good.
Yeah.
That came out like
You gotta watch.
2019 maybe.
You gotta watch Archive 81.
I will watch that.
You're on a trip.
I might watch that after the pod. What do you think?
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
I think
Bet.
that's a great idea.
Hell yeah. Okay. Dang, I was gonna. Oh yeah.
Damn.
What do we think?
Time be flying.
Time be fine. What do you think about I was gonna say like everything being a remake or a reboot or based off of
Because
book.
it's kind of annoying because like the first things that popped to mind is like Total Recall. They did like a reboot of. It tanked in the box office. You know what I mean? It Terminator. They did Terminator Genesis, but it's supposed to be Genesis, but they spelled it all fucked up. It tanked in the box office. You know what I mean? There's a pattern of failed projects, and it's a lot
Right.
of like Matrix
Right.
Resurrections. It's like
That's why I feel like
it doesn't hit.
like low. I don't want to say low budget, but like lower key movies, like in the cut movies.
They're
like,
not putting their hearts and souls and passions into it. It's like they don't. I don't know. It feels
Right,
forced.
right, but like those movies that are just like you wouldn't think it's like not high budget or anything. It's not a blockbuster, but it's like a good ass movie. Like I think you showed me one about these 4 dudes that went into the woods or something, and they start getting lost.
Rituals?
Maybe.
Is
I don't
there
know.
like a liquor store scene at the beginning.
No, we watched it in my old ass apartment.
And these dudes in the forest.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
it's like an older movie and
Deliverance.
maybe.
Deliverance with what's his name? Sean. No.
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. Is that
Maybe.
who it is? Or it's
I don't know, but it was an older ass movie. But I was like, this is a good ass movie. Like that's the type of movies I'm talking about.
Burt
where it's-
Reynolds. No,
I don't
it's
know.
not Burt
I don't know,
Reynolds.
but it's like I don't know. It's like it's not like anything crazy.
Did he tell the guy to squeal like a pig? Did you see that?
I think so.
And he sexually assaults the other guy. I don't know. That one might be rape. You
I
remember we were talking about
yeah,
that? That might actually be rape.
Yeah. All right.
I fell asleep. That was my bad.
It'd be like that.
Yeah.
It'd be like that.
But I think I watched a lot of it. They did the
Well,
banjo.
For some reason, I thought you had seen it before, and that's why you suggested it to us.
No, I did see it,
Oh, okay.
but I fell asleep
Right.
when we watched it the second time.
Right. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, let's transition from the movie combo front to something else. What do you is there any music that's dropping here soon or that has dropped?
Recently,
Yes.
I don't know. I haven't really seen anything. Have you seen anything?
Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Listen to the Corday album?
Mm-hmm.
That was like maybe two or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Was it worth listening to?
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
What about that Kanye sample recently that you showed me?
Oh, that Kanye where he's dissing Kim and
Yeah.
what do we think about Kim and Kanye?
Man,
'Cause they're-
Dunzo, right?
Yeah, it seems like they're going through it.
Seems like they're done.
Kanye said, "Cause this is my first divorce."
Yeah.
Just throwing shade.
Can you believe it? Can you believe we don't have a jacuzzi?
But in the Drink Champs interview, he was like, yeah, that's still my wife. There's no papers filed or anything. But she been moving crazy like she's single.
Right.
Dang.
Dating somebody else. He be moving crazy though too.
Right. I think the moral of the story here is don't get married.
Yeah, fair enough. Don't subject yourself to a woman who pumps lard into her rear end.
Oh, as in plastic surgery.
Yeah, or whatever she does to make it look
That good. Go on.
Somebody call it horny police. dial 6 on speed dial.
I'm like, come on. You can't deny that Kim Kardashian be looking good. Come on. Come on.
It's Kourtney Kardashian or nothing. All right.
I'll second on that one. She do be looking good. I'm just saying. What am I saying?
I don't know what the fuck you're saying. What do you think about Rihanna and ASAP?
Good for them.
Yeah. You missed your shot. Are you sad about it?
Hey, sometimes you gotta spin the block.
Hey, you think you're up next? If we get big?
You know me, man.
Rihanna, you heard it here first.
You'll see Rihanna on the pod.
Hey.
I'm just kidding.
With her belly poking out, huh?
Nah, good for them.
Yeah.
I don't really have
that pretty motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't really have any opinions on
ASAP
celebrities. I want both of them to drop music. That's all I
God damn. When's the last time?
Yeah, y'all out here fucking, but ain't dropping no music.
What the fuck is that about? Y'all happy and shit, but you ain't fucking making no music?
Yeah, we ain't got a Rihanna album in 5 years.
When's the last time when's the last time we got some good ASAP?
Yeah, we ain't got an ASAP album in 4 years, damn near.
Like a good ASAP.
I mean, a good ASAP, it's been a minute.
Cool.
That last album wasn't it.
Yeah, I'm saying.
It wasn't my favorite, I'm not gonna lie.
Not my favorite either. No,
I'm just saying, drop a little song. Song.
Yeah, even SZA has like good days and shit like that. She be
she dropped
pleasing the people.
At least.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
Nah,
Where's
shout
Frank
out to
at,
them,
man?
Huh?
Where's Frank at, man? Did you hear the new music that he's been dropping?
No, what?
He dropped. Apparently, he dropped.
Whoa.
Apparently, there's something new in the works. Like
it's
out there. Like I want to say it's out there.
Is it like a leak or something?
We might have to follow up after the pod.
I'm like, what? There's no way I missed this Frank drop.
I think I tried to send you something where it was like something about a new on Twitter. You know what I'm talking about. But we'll follow up after the pod. That was a side note.
Man, if Frank drops,
I would shit a brick.
I would. The whole world's gonna stop. I might take time off work or something.
What does Charlemagne say? He is like,
no. We're not even going there. We're not even going there.
if he gets posted, if he gets out of this,
I'll take it.
Like no.
See, we're gonna get us some shit, and they're gonna take that, and they're gonna say we're gay.
Yeah. I feel like that's the first thing people are gonna gun for, but little did they know, we are fucking gay. All right, no homo.
No homo. Damn, I wish you were watching Euphoria. This nigga Cal is gay as fuck.
Oh man, is that the dude who looks like Rory?
No.
Okay.
That's the.
Did you see the cover of their latest pod?
I did see that.
Okay.
I
know that's from Euphoria.
Shout out Rory and Maul.
Shout out Rory and Maul. Big ups to them.
And big inspiration, honestly.
Big inspiration. We love you guys.
Yeah, we aspire to be. I feel like they kind of bit us because we were doing it before them.
We were doing the whole dynamic.
Yeah, we had the same
cream
dynamic.
and the coffee, and
we had the same dynamic.
Yeah, and then they got they beat us to it, but
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
Good for them though. They're doing their thing.
Shout out.
They're doing their thing.
Big shout out.
They're dropping like twice a week.
Yeah, that's some real shit. But they've been on that. Like they've been in the
good for
in the industry.
They have
Been in the industry.
Me.
Few times been around.
I was listening to a podcast.
No way.
And what was that?
I thought we were home alone.
Was that outside?
No, that was your dog. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were. I thought you were joking.
No, I was like, what the fuck?
No.
Okay.
Chills.
All right, I'll let it out.
Pause. This gentleman. This fine gentleman.
Hey, nope. Jones, go lay down. Not the time.
Go lay down, buddy.
Fuck, I was gonna say something very important right before he starts making sounds. Oh. I was listening to a podcast, and they said the reason most podcasters are successful is because they do something outside of podcasting that makes them notable or famous. What do you think about that?
Yeah. Would that usually be comedy?
I mean, comedy, music. Let's take
Steve-O has a podcast. Mike Tyson has a podcast. They both did notable things.
Very true, but let's take Rory and Mal. Rory was in the music industry.
Yeah, and then Mal
too.
Joe Budden, right?
Yeah, they obviously knew Joe Budden, but
Joe Budden was in the music industry.
Right, but even before that, like, Mal is like Jay-Z's cousin or something.
Really?
No, he's Dame Dash's cousin.
Okay.
Yeah. He's Dame Dash's cousin.
Jay-Z. It's like shit.
Well, Jay-Z and Dame Dash, they used to be, a thing. But,
a couple?
anyways.
A couple of
What did
buds.
Rory used to do? Rory did Duce Palooza. I don't know if you know what that is. But it's like a big party thing that used to go on before COVID.
Dulce and Gabbana.
And that was like a big thing within the celebrity community. And obviously, like you said, Steve-O, Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe Rogan.
Lots of comedians.
Almost every comedian. What do you think about that, Don? Do we have to do something outside of podcasting to make ourselves blow up?
I don't think you necessarily have to, but it does help. It does help with like people listening to you, maybe because you've already have a reputation, but you're skilled at doing something like a podcast. And I feel like not everybody is equipped with like the skills to create maybe a flowing conversation or content that is just listenable. You know what I mean? They want to have something that people can actually digest and palate, but a lot of the time, like, maybe some people don't have the capabilities of doing that.
Fair enough. Okay. I can definitely see that. I know that Alexis Texas has a good podcast.
Who's that? I've never heard of her.
Are you serious?
I'm a born again Christian.
God damn it, Don. I thought you were being serious. I was like, all right, I don't want to.
Could you explain in detail who she is to me,
I don't
please?
want to have to explain this.
Can you explain it in vivid detail, like I'm a complete moron, who she is?
Vivid detail?
Just like
I'm just like how vivid are we talking?
Just like,
'cause I could get explicit.
You know what? I'm a visual learner. Is there anything you could show me visually that could stand in as a visual aid, if you will?
I feel like Greg Fitzsimmons right now. You're like, say it.
Say it. You won't. You won't say it. You're like, God damn it.
No, lay down. This is not the time.
Oh, poor buddy.
Anyways, we got to stay on track. Yeah, what do you think? You already said what you think. I think
about porn stars?
No, about like you have to do something outside of podcasting to make your podcast blow up, basically.
Achieve fame.
Well, I don't know. Like, what podcasters do we know that are just podcasters? I don't know
Just
many.
podcasters. I feel like
Adam 22, maybe.
yeah, I guess maybe. Is he in the music industry at all? He's
don't-
pretty tight in the music industry.
Yeah,
isn't he?
but he doesn't. I mean, he doesn't rap.
He's more of like a reporter.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't rap or
Yeah, I
make
guess-
beats
I
or
guess you got me there.
used to be a DJ or
Have you heard of like
the what is that? The Nuck Boys or I fear they're pretty big up there.
I feel like
Or what were those dudes that Duran was talking about? Was that the Full
yeah.
Send dudes?
I think I know what you're talking about.
I don't know. I don't personally listen to it. Or like the Logan Paul and all them.
Yeah, or like
have a podcast,
Steven
don't they?
Steven Ranella, who's a friend of Joe Rogan. He has this meat eater podcast, but he's a hunter, right? So look at it from this perspective. Like, I think you just need to have like something to talk about. You just need content, right? And so everybody has something to talk about, and so
Fair enough.
Joe Rogan has a wide catalog of things he talks about, but the Meat Eater podcast is usually
niche.
about hunting.
It's super niche.
Yes, usually about hunting, right? And then
That's what
you
I've
have
kinda
things like
noticed about podcasts.
science podcast, right? There's a mine something like I can't remember what the fuck it's called.
But I've noticed that about podcasts is that they're either like very wide and they talk about a little bit of everything, or they're very niche and they only talk
Exactly.
about one thing.
True crime
Right.
podcasts.
Those are super popular.
Yeah, super
But they're
niche.
but they're also so scripted, so I
That
feel
too.
like they have to be in a different category.
We do more of like a improv type thing, like
Yeah,
just-
me and you,
we like
we're
wing
not.
it.
Nothing is scripted. We're just talking.
Nothing
off
is
the top of our
niche
heads.
either. But comedy is a niche in a way. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
it's
but-
like hunting is its own niche, but comedy is its own
Right,
niche.
but we can go from comedy to
Interviewing
interviewing people,
like some
to-
journalist type shit to
right,
like
to talking about
Science, yeah.
to talking about
hunting.
I mean, I can't talk about hunting,
Right, but we could.
but we could.
Yeah.
But we just talked about Ozark for half an hour. We just talked about Matrix. Like we can talk about everything.
Yeah, we do have a wide catalog of things that we could talk about.
Right.
I
So
do feel like we're also Renaissance men in a way. You know what I mean? We're
Right.
kind of like of all trades, like jacks of all trades. You
a
know,
little bit.
because you have a little bit of knowledge about this, and that, and I have a little bit of knowledge about this, and that, and then we get together and it's like we could talk about like Atlantis and the Sahara or off of the Strait of Gibraltar. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the archaeologist was talking about, and
For
the
sure.
tectonic plates and shit like that. Like that shit. Like anything that's interesting, really. You know what I mean? We have open minds. We're open, very open to any kind of information.
For sure.
I feel like we're agreeable to a degree, but you know what I mean? It's like the facts got to be there and shit like that. You know, it's like
But we're all feelings, no facts.
all feelings, no facts. Yes, but you can be logical and be
For
all
sure.
feelings, no facts. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I think that's one.
Because it
Definitely
is
are.
super interesting. It is really interesting,
yeah.
especially like
A lot of things are interesting, and it's hard to just pick one thing to talk about. 'Cause
exactly like
have-
how could you?
both of us have like 10 million interests.
Yeah, like I can't just focus on one subject. Like especially me and you, I feel like every time we have a conversation, we can't just talk about one single thing.
Right.
It's got to be like a tree that branches off into like 12. Like every time we have a pod that we do is really just a tree that branches off into like
Right.
hundreds of different little leaves
Right.
and
We
like
start with how's your week been, and
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and there's no telling where it'll go from there.
Yeah, it just kind of like a multiverse type.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
that's dope.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
An hour and 14 minutes.
Hour and 14 minutes. What you think? We should wrap it up.
I mean, we can. We got anything else to talk about?
Yeah, I
Anything
was
new?
about to say I don't think so. Nothing I could think of.
Yeah, I mean,
What did we not talk about that's pressing? Talked a little bit about Kanye. I hope he's doing okay.
A little bit about ASAP.
I hope he drops new music because Heartbreak Kanye is the best.
Looking forward to a couple shows coming out, supposedly.
Yeah. Shout out Tim Dillon. We gotta go to that show. Like, I've been lit ever since you said it.
Yes.
I've been itching to go to another comedy show.
Bruh, that was such a good time.
Yeah, it was a great time.
That was a solid ass trip.
Yeah.
Needed it.
What I found weird about that is they didn't tell us. Did they tell you not to use your phone
When?
in the comedy show?
Mm-mm. When we went? Mm-mm.
Well, when I started working at Comedy Works, they were like,
No recording?
we had to tell everyone, like, you can't use your phone, things like that. And then, like, if someone was using their phone during the show, we had to be like, hey, you gotta put that shit away.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then, like, if you pulled your phone out twice or 3 times, like, you got kicked out.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I was like, damn, like, now that I think about it, totally makes sense. Like,
For material and shit like that.
yeah. You don't want your material leaked. Like, people are coming to the show just to see this new material that you're not putting out on the internet and things like that.
Yeah, he's fucking taping a live show.
Right.
In Denver.
Right. And, like,
Could be on Netflix.
hell yeah.
It
And
could easily be on Netflix.
for sure. And then, like, what if you're, like, just working out some jokes and things like that? Right. So it totally makes sense, but I just thought, like, that club never told us that. And I was like, we were definitely taking pictures before he got on stage. But once he got on stage, I didn't even think about taking my phone out.
Yeah.
Because I was just, like, eyes locked. I was like, this is Schultzy.
Right. Yeah.
Live in the flesh.
I just had to like absorb all of it. I was super fanboying. I feel like if we went to go see Tim Dillon, I'd be fanboying too.
Yeah, it was surreal because like we've been listening to the pod for a minute.
Everybody except for Akash was there.
I was thinking the other day, I was like, I've been listening to Brilliant Idiots since I was like freshman year maybe.
That's crazy to think about.
And definitely Charlemagne before that. I was just listening to Charlemagne go crazy on Breakfast Club like 13, 14 years old, you know?
I've been thinking about Schultz and how far he's come. Like, you saw that picture he posted of him with the long hair on Instagram?
I did see that.
I was just thinking,
I didn't know if that was real.
Right. It doesn't even look like him.
Yeah, it's like definitely in the face.
But he definitely acts like I could totally see that being him. You know what I mean? Like, it's just classic.
That's what they're going to say about you, Don.
Yeah, for real.
In our first episode.
They're going to pull those old pictures up.
Oh, yeah. But then, I know there was this one picture of him in, I don't know when it was, but maybe like 2016, but it's him just like kind of in a striped shirt, and he's kind of just like looking like kind of somber, but he's just like saying like, hey, what's up, like to the camera type thing. But you can tell like, he's like kind of not having it or whatever. Just the vibe of the picture.
Yeah.
And then on the other side was him when he first dropped Schultz Saves the World or whatever, Saves America.
Yeah.
And it was like, first picture, and then his caption was like, this first picture was me, 2016. Netflix had just denied me for a special. And like, I had been working like 2 years on it, and Netflix just denied me of a special. And then he was like, fast forward to today, and Social Saves America is now on Netflix. Shit like that. Yeah. And I was just like, damn. It'd be like that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this dude is hilarious. How could Netflix, like, not...
Literally.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude's been hilarious since I first started listening to him.
Yeah, literally.
And I'm like, I don't know. Oh, that's disgusting. This fucking guy. All right. Anyways.
Sorry about that.
Do we have anything else we want to talk about, my friend?
We should probably wrap it up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. All right, it's been the Mac and Don Show. We appreciate anybody that's been listening. Oh, man.
So, I've been Donovan. This has been Mackenzie. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for tuning in.
Like, comment, subscribe, all that type of stuff.
Please like, comment, and subscribe.
We'll be back
We will be back. Yes.
Yes.